Right. But it's just like if they're getting guys just all these chances, I mean, there's someone else that's just gonna break out of nowhere. Like that's the thing with them, and that's just without Debo and McCaffrey doing their thing. So it's like, and you still got Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle's still there. Like,
Yeah,
and that defense is decent too. It's just Jimmy G's
Yeah.
the only problem. That's the only problem is Jimmy G.
I mean,
It
Jimmy
factor.
G brought him to the chip, man. So
Right.
you know,
Barely.
I mean,
Only to get smacked by my boy Stafford, baby.
right. That was really it.
Fan Spectrum, I see you. Let's go.
We're back at the ballpark, guys. Where is he at?
This is the only union that we're gonna bust. I'm a
listen, baby, come on.
You're not serious.
Come on.
You're not serious.
I gotta stick with MJ.
Okay. Hey, you don't have to say it because I'm here now.
Oh, there's our boy Paul right here. Doing it.
Hey, that
Figure it out.
Fan Spectrum, right here.
Listen, Jimmy G, handsomest QB of all time. Not close.
Hands down.
Not close.
Perfect smile. Dude has a perfect smile. I don't think anybody else has a grin like that, dude.
Oh, man,
Keep their money too.
He's like
Cool though, Joe. Cool.
Joe Cool is pretty cool. Now Kirk Cousins is trying to be cool with them
Top
chains.
five. Are we gonna do a top 5 handsome QBs right now? Like,
Kirk Cousins is he's a Walmart Jimmy G, as far as looks go.
Oh no.
that's very true. I can see that. I see that. I definitely do.
Dang.
Oh man. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. So we got the Thanksgiving episode, guys. It's a big episode we got here. We got a great guest. He's a CEO of Little Flower Media. He's also the creator of Bearded Beats, an entrepreneur, and he's also a partner streamer and a father of faith. He's the man, the myth, the legend.
Ooh, there it is, baby.
Bearded Blevins, we got on.
Too kind.
We're glad to have you on the show, man. We know you're a big football fan, big Detroit Lions fan. Let's just discuss. We got a Thanksgiving episode, so we want to get a little football family, and just the fan aspect of this day. I got a little plate right here. We ain't really go too crazy. I got a little.
Tell me what you're eating, bro. I have to live through you.
I got some pizza. I had to balance it with some greens, so I got some Brussels sprouts. So little Brussels. My lady hooked it up. So shout out to
Brussels
Shelby.
sprouts and some sausage pizza.
That's a good vibe. I'm going a little. I don't know. It's a good mixture, so it was good to have. But I'm gonna be chowing down while we talk, so get the juices going. But let's start off the talks, man. So John, I know the Detroit Lions have been very competitive. They're definitely in these games. What do you think they need to get to that next level? Or do you think, hey, the ball's rolling, this is the time? How do you feel about them this year?
Listen, thanks for having me, man. You guys are great. I'm excited for Thanksgiving, my favorite day of the year. The Lions, I had them winning at a low end 6 games this year and at high end 10. They started out 1-6. Now they're 3-6. The easier, listen, and the DVOA, the schedule toughness preseason, they had top 5 easiest schedule in the league. But you look at the record of the first, 8 teams they played. Now this season, they have a top 5 hardest schedule in the league. You just never know year to year who's going to do what. Yeah. So they've got the easy part of their schedule coming up. I'm trying not to get too excited. I still think I'm right on the money. 6 wins minimum, 10 wins maximum. 10 will be tough to do right now. But I can't think of a game that they're going to be more than 3.5 to 4 point dogs the rest of the way, except for on Thanksgiving against the Bills. Yeah. Right? They got the Giants coming up. I think right now they're already 3.5 point dogs. That's it. And I'm not afraid of the Giants. Stop Saquon, you win that game. That's easier said than done, but still, we play the Jaguars, the Jets. We already beat the Packers and Bears. We play them again. We should have beaten the Vikings. We play them again at home. So I just see us winning a lot of games down the stretch here, but I'm not in a hurry, y'all. This is not our Super Bowl year. We knew that going in. When you ask me what we need veterans. I trust Brad Holmes a ton, our new GM. He's drafted really well. Kirby Joseph playing out of his mind, rookie from Illinois. Aiden Hutchinson leading the rookies and NFLs with sacks.
Stud.
Dude, people question him. First
He's a
week they were
stud.
questioning him. Next week he goes out, gets 3 sacks against Washington.
Yeah.
He's a monster, and he's got a
stud.
motor.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
You
I
ever
like
see
him a
the
lot.
all-line play he made in the Bears game? That was
Yeah.
crazy. He's a
Insane.
beast, bro. He like
Yeah. And-
bulldoze in there and just hit the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got Rodrigo, who we drafted like
I like
4th, 5th,
Rodrigo.
6th round. Like he's starting, he's playing out of his mind. These are rookies, y'all. And Jeff
Yeah.
Okudah, who's finally healthy, 2 years into his career, he's
Yeah, man,
locked
he can play
down.
too. Mhm.
So we got the young pieces. We're building from the trenches. Our O line's really young and good. Our D line is growing. So we need another corner. We need a couple more players in the trenches on the D line, and
Okay.
we have Jamison Williams coming up soon. I mean, guys, 1st round pick that we took with the Rams pick would have been a top 5 pick in the draft if he didn't tear his
If he
ACL.
wasn't hurt, right?
Number
Yeah.
1 wide receiver, fastest 40, I think, in the history of high school before he went to college. I mean, imagine him, St. Brown, and Swift
Yeah.
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
field.
Woo, I could see that.
Who's catching those guys?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we do need a franchise QB eventually, but Goff
gonna
has been
say-
fine. Goff's been fine. I don't like the guys this year. Give me Caleb Williams. Trade every draft pick for 5 years and give me Caleb Williams next year.
Caleb Williams. Okay.
They
I
were
lo-
my favorite in the NFC North coming out of watching that the Hard Knocks
Hard
season.
Knocks,
I was
yeah.
so geeked and I was so excited. And I was because they're up and developing, man, and you just want success for those young guys.
Yeah.
They work so hard to get to the league. They're giving it all they got, but they just obviously they need the pieces to really kind of just help them get over that hump.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, bro, Hard Knocks, like super fun. As a Lion, my whole life, I'm disappointed by the Lions. So I'm into Dan Campbell. I'm into the coaching staff. I like it. They're leaders of men. They've proven that already. They've already proven they're leaders of men. Now you got to prove you can win football games and prove you can win a lot in a row. So their jury's still out. Hard Knocks was fun.
Yeah.
Keep
Right.
it going.
I see that passion as a Lions fan, man. I know you're the Blevins to really start it all. To have your brothers kind of get into that Lions passion, man. I heard your dad's a Bears fan. So what made you get into being a Lions fan? That kind of hey, this is my team. This is what I'm gonna stick with. What was there like a player or a season that really just caught your eye, or what brought you to become a Lions fan, man?
That's a great question. It has to, first of all, it just has to be how God intended it, Like the way my
Amen.
life has gone.
Amen.
He intended this. He cursed me a little bit. And but so I was born in Detroit.
Okay.
And so are both my younger brothers. I've got 2 younger brothers. We're all 2 years apart. We were all born in Henry Ford Hospital, downtown Detroit. We lived in Taylor and Canton for a couple years. And then when I was 6 or 7, we moved to Chicago. My dad was, he always says, every time, he kind of makes fun of me when I tell him, like, Dad, you weren't ever diehard, because if you're diehard, you don't leave, So I'm like, Dad, you weren't diehard. Like, you might have been a Lions fan, but you weren't like I am. And he's like, no, I was. And I had my heart broken for too long. And so then I left, and I'm like, and you chose the Bears?
Hey, man, that hurts, man. That hurts.
Listen, no offense. The Bears are like, the Bears and the Lions are the exact same, except the Bears had one good year in '85. Since then, they've both been jokes of franchises. They had that Rex Grossman year but no, everyone knew Peyton Manning was winning that Super Bowl game. Devin Hester returns the kick for a touchdown. Everyone's like, oh, we have a chance. No, but I knew they were losing that game. No shot.
Literally at the edge of my seat when that kick returned.
I got to interview Urlacher and just the last year, and a buddy of mine just asked the dumbest question. He's like, what did you how did Rex Grossman do that game? Kind of like to make him say something about it. And Urlacher was like, Rex Grossman didn't give up however many points they give up. He's like, we did. So he's a class act. He's a class act. But
shout out to the Hall of Famer.
He's amazing. So I'm like 7, 8 years old, bro. We're in Chicago. Football's on. There's no Sunday ticket. There's no Buffalo Wild Wings. All you have as a fan is you have the little thing at the bottom of the screen scrolling, just telling you the updates, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting there, and I remember seeing a picture of myself when I was like 1 or 2 in a Lions hat, and I don't, for some reason, I was just like, that's who I am. And I had a Michigan football in my hand as well.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'm a Lions fan, I'm a Michigan fan, and then it just was Detroit everything. And so that was it, man. And then I begged my brothers to watch football with me my whole life. They were just playing video games. They didn't care. And then my brother Chris, I want to say my brother Chris started watching with me when Buffalo Wild Wings became a thing, and I told him I'd buy him wings. And then Tyler, and then Tyler went to college with me for 1 year, and I said, I'm only letting you live with me in my dorm if you go to church with me every Sunday and you watch the Lions with me at this local Lions bar in Wisconsin where we were living. And he was like, yeah. And we went every week and he went, I bought him a jersey. And they just became as diehard as I am. And so now
That's
the three of
awesome.
us are just wild. Yeah.
That's
awesome, man.
That's awesome, bro.
That's a great story.
Lead by
man.
example, Detroit fans. Look at that right there.
We had nothing to cheer for. Thank God for Stafford, or my brothers maybe never would have become Lions fans, you know?
Hey, Calvin Johnson
Megatron too, man. That was
Megatron. Megatron's a real deal, man.
And
no
Dominican Sue, Nick Fairley, Levy. I mean, that team was Slay.
A good team. Yeah.
Ray Bly. Woo! Don't get me started, fellas.
No doubt. And even just the history. I mean, like you guys, Barry Sanders is just like, hey, this was one of the greats, and he is one of the great running backs. And I definitely that's one thing I love about the Lions is like you guys have so much history and pride about your team, and it's kind of similar to the Bears in essence. We have that '85 team, and it's like when you guys talk about the history of these players, it kind of just keeps it going, man. That's what I love about the pride of these teams.
That culture, baby.
That culture just keeps going, and that's good. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get into these Thursday games for Thanksgiving. We know it's a big day for football. Let's start off. We're talking about the Lions. They got a big game against the Buffalo Bills. How do you feel about this game, John? I know Bills have been kind of struggling, and I know you're really rooting for these Lions. How are you feeling about this game coming in?
I mean, so I'm eternally optimistic as a Lions fan, but I'm also I'm realistic. Okay. But the way the NFL works, and y'all know this, like that, it just every game could be close. It doesn't like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles until they just recently lost to Washington. Are teams that like they're smacking people, and you think that they're invincible. All of a sudden, the Bills lose to the Jets. And listen, the Jets are doing well, but they're the Jets. I mean, I watched the Jets beat the Packers, and the Jets did everything they could to lose that game against the Packers on offense, and still won. And the Packers looked horrific. Credit to the Jets defense, who's just they've been outstanding all year. And the running back, by the way, they drafted him way too high, but he's a stud, and now he's out for the season. That's why I don't draft running backs that high. But man, like I'm not afraid of the Bills. I wasn't afraid of the Bills before the season. I'm not afraid of them now.
Let them know,
baby. Right now, who do I think is going to win? Probably the Bills, but it should be a close game. And if it's a close game, you never know what's going to happen. And the Lions, for some reason, we Lions fans believe that we're special on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's
and most of my life we have been, but I'm pretty sure we've lost 5 straight on Thanksgiving. Before that, we won 4 straight. Before that, I think we lost 10 straight.
Wow,
man.
And so it's been a rough 20 years on Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know why I still think I'm optimistic, as a Lions fan.
It's the turkey,
Yeah, it's the start. This is the start of the turnaround win streak. This is the turnaround.
I hope so, buddy.
Right. And that'll be a great game to definitely watch and cheer for. I'm sure a lot of Detroit fans would love that dub, man.
The crowd's going to be going if the Lions win against the Giants. I know this is a little pre-recorded. Sorry if I'm messing this up.
It's okay.
But if the Lions beat the Giants, that crowd is going to be wild on Thanksgiving against Buffalo. Absolutely out of their minds. And Ford Field gets loud.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. This is for you, Double A. It's the Giants against the Cowboys. Battle of the NFC East. Potentially for first place might be. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good game. Well, with the Eagles lost too, that's definitely true. Who do you think you got this game, man? Who you favoring here?
Hey, doesn't it seem like the Cowboys are they're starting to get into that moment where they're like, okay, people are talking about got the great defense, Dak is back, and they still choking. Giants is gonna come out here. They got a good defense. Daniel Jones is gonna do his thing. He doesn't have to do much. Saquon just have to run the ball. They throw it to him, catch it, and they got Slayton over there that's doing really well. I'm taking the Giants here. I think the Giants, they just have momentum, man. This is their year. This is their year to freaking make the playoffs after not being in it since 2015 or 14. I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. The Cowboys, this is a big rivalry. Every time they face each other, Giants Cowboys is a big thing. But I mean, I don't know. I think Cowboys is leaning over towards losing.
Yeah, it might be that time when
It's that time of year.
It's that time of year we start seeing Stephen A. a little more.
Right.
Talking about the Cowboys.
You know, Stephen A's loving this.
You know, Stephen A. loves it. And it's around the holidays, so it's perfect timing. You know what I mean? What about you, John? How you feeling about this game? Are you, you know, it's a lot of blue going on there. How are you feeling about the Giants or the Cowboys in this game?
There's 3 good games on Thanksgiving. There's 2 good games on Thanksgiving, and then 1 game that's nap time, and that's nap time for me, man.
That's 2 plates in, and take a break
for me, bro. I'm not trying to watch Daniel Jones throw the ball on Thanksgiving.
Fair enough.
Credit to him for he's taken a few steps forward this year for sure, no doubt, and he's playing pretty much turnover-free football. I think he's got 4 or 5 picks on the year, maybe even 3. So good for him. He's doing okay. I'm just still don't believe in him. I still think of him. It's like the Mark Sanchez with the butt fumble thing. Like I just think of Daniel Jones last year. I'm sorry. You're a Jets fan, I can tell. I love that. It's like Dan Orlovsky running out the back of the end zone. Like it's just Daniel Jones is always going to be the guy who's running and should easily score a touchdown and then just falls over without being touched. So I think the Cowboys probably win that game in a low scoring, boring one. I do not believe in the Giants any more than I believe in the Vikings. And I know the Vikings are 8-1 or 7-1 and they just beat the Bills. Every game they're finding a way. The Bills missed an extra point. Like, come on, dude. The Vikings are frauds, and the only bigger fraud in the NFL is the Giants. Hey, was it last year or the year before when Zeke got like 100 fantasy points?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
He had like 3 or 4 or 5 tutties. It was like last year, the week or the year before. It's crazy.
He got really high. I remember that. That was nuts. You know what's great? I do think it's the Cowboys, bro. Like I mean, but yeah, I think this is this is a game where everybody's gonna be hanging out with their family, with their kids.
Yeah.
Taking pictures, going outside, enjoying the cold a little bit. Doing family photos. And then halftime's gonna come, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's halftime," and then you're gonna go right back to doing more family stuff. And then you're gonna sit down in the fourth quarter, enjoy the last like 3 minutes.
No doubt. I'm gonna go Cowboys on this one. I think that defense is just still. I mean, granted, they kind of messed up against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, but I still think that Dallas Cowboys defense is still gonna fix it. Michael Parsons is still a beast. They stopped the run. And they know the Giants well enough to know their weak points. So I think the Cowboys are just, they're just gonna keep rolling it. And I mean, CeeDee Lamb had a good game. I think that's gonna carry over. I think he's finding his rhythm with Dak again. Let's talk about these frauds that we got here. The Minnesota Vikings also playing on Thanksgiving. They're playing against the New England Patriots. This might be a pretty fun game. I mean, I don't know. Patriots always, they compete. The Vikings might be slapped to reality against actually playing Bill Belichick, so that might be interesting. Let's start off with you, Manny. Who do you think is going to win this game, and how are you feeling about it?
You know what? They might be frauds, but they're hot right now, man. And Kirk Cousins is feeling the bling, and he's leveling with his guys, and they're just they're on a high cloud right now. They're playing good ball. I'm gonna give it to them because they're actually coming together. Don't get me wrong. Kirk Cousins is in no way, shape, or form the guy I want under center for a playoff run. But you know what? Yeah, literally anybody.
It's prime time too. It's prime time too. We know Kirk Cousins prime time ain't really the best pairing per se. So
exactly. Yeah, he doesn't see. Yeah, he definitely could play well, but when it actually matters, the guy's terrible. I unfortunately, Mac Jones and the New England Patriots aren't really, prospering this season, and it's kind of showing still how much growth Mac Jones and Belichick need to kind of continue to grow on. I do got the Vikings winning 28-14. It's not going to be a high scoring game. It's definitely going to come down to the defense. But I do say Justin Jefferson has a one-handed catch in this game.
That was a great one-handed catch, by the way. Let's move it over to you, John. How are you feeling about this game between the New England Patriots and Minnesota Vikings?
You know what? I like hot takes, and I've got a hot take. The Vikings and the Giants. There's about 8 games left. I forget which ones have bye weeks and don't. About 8 games left in the season for those teams. I have the Vikings and the Giants winning a combined 4 games in the next 8 weeks combined.
Oh, wow.
Combined. Both teams, dude. Both teams, like they're just done. Their schedule has been so easy. Both teams, they're done. They're put a fork in them. The Vikings are done. The Patriots. Listen, let's not pretend like the Patriots didn't just beat the Jets right before Halloween. They shut out the Lions, then they smack the Browns, then they lose to the Bears in a big embarrassing way, and then they come back and beat the Jets, and they smack the Colts, who just beat the Raiders. And I mean, the Patriots easily beat the Vikings. Easily. They just shut him down. Belichick does his thing. It's annoying. I hate it. I hate that he just like he can just any game that they should lose, even though no matter how bad their team is. Great points earlier from everybody on the show about Mac Jones not being it and Belichick, like they're still going to win this game. And yeah, it's going to be embarrassing for the Vikings. I honestly, I'm looking at the Vikings schedule right now. The next time they win a game is against the Colts on December 18th.
Wow.
And after that, it's at home against the Giants, and that's it.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think as good as they look.
It's about to get real in the NFC North. It's about to get real.
I agree. What about you, B? You're saying, you don't think the Vikings are as good as they are?
I don't think they are as good as they are, bro. I think this is what they do year in and year out. They portray like they're the best, and they have some flashy players, but then when it comes to when it matters, they're gone. They're invincible. So I think I do have Patriots winning this one too. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little bit closer than what I expected it to be. I mean, defense. Yeah, Bill Belichick was gonna find a way to shut him down. If he shuts down Kirk Cousins, which he more than likely can do, then it's going to be easy pickings. But with that being said, Dalvin Cook's been on a tear this season. He's been looking really good, and I think that's what they're going to focus a lot more on, the running game versus the offense versus the passing game. And I think that's what's going to make the difference for Minnesota in terms of like getting that scoring side. Mac Jones, I think he's going to figure it out. I think he's going to look comfortable. I think they're going to get both sides going, but I think it's going to come down to that one takeaway, and it's going to be Kirk Cousins forcing something like he always does. Hey, it's going to be. Go ahead. Hey, look, you.
Hey, Jay Jefferson was there to help him out. I'm just saying. It was like right there. Like,
yo, that was the best catch of the decade.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
The OBJ who? That was crazy, dude.
No, right.
Nice. That's he's a stud. So I mean, that being said though, we're definitely seeing a Kirk Cousins turnover that just makes makes complete sense for us, but it's not going to make any sense for these coaches. But we're going to be like, there goes Kirk. That's the guy I know.
Right,
so
Yeah, same old Kirk, primetime Kirk out there.
Exactly, primetime Kirk. I think it's going to be 28-21 Patriots.
What about you, Double A? How you feeling about this game?
Listen, I'm not saying this because I'm a Jets fan. Y'all saying it's the fraud. The Patriots are the frauds, man. Like,
that's
freaking, they're good because of their coach. That doesn't mean they have good players. I think Vikings are a way better team. They got a high scoring offense. Their defense is like, it's like in the middle of the pack, but it's
come on now.
They're opportunists. You know what I mean? Yeah. When the play's there, they'll make the play, just like you saw what they did to Buffalo. You know what I mean? They picked up the last play on Josh Allen, but I think the Vikings they're gonna. This is Kirk Cousins' show out on primetime. He's probably gonna get like maybe 25 points, and I'm hoping Belichick only gets like 10. I think that's what's gonna happen. They're only gonna get 10. Mac Jones sucks. He can't. All
right, my friend. What's your name again? Because I don't see it on the Zoom. We just met tonight.
It's Aaron. It's Aaron. We call him Double A.
Double A. Hey, listen, Double A. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. How much does this have to do with the fact that y'all are about to get smacked by the Patriots this Sunday? Like you're talking like your team's facing them on Thanksgiving. You're facing them this week, bro.
I know.
My guy's hyping himself up for this week.
Hey, Jets are, that's what happens when the Jets are relevant again. You get those fans rowdy and going.
You just gotta play that butt fumble a couple of times and brings them down.
Patriots The Patriots got lucky, man. They got caught their way. Freaking, they caught Zach Wilson on a bad day. You know what I mean? He's been having a pretty good year.
3 picks, yep.
That's a bad day, all right.
We're going to handle business. The Jets going to handle business. We're going to expose them, and then Vikings are going to finish them off in Thanksgiving.
Wow, I like that take. I like that take a lot. I do.
We'll definitely see how this looks on Thanksgiving.
And nobody brought this up, but I think I agree. I forget which one of you said it. Maybe Romeo said something like Kirk is good for one. You know what, Brandon? I think it was you, Brandon, who said like Kirk's good for his one turnover. It's going to be at a bad time.
Yeah, it's going to be the one turnover.
I think Dalvin Cook is going to get a 1 or 2. I think you're both of them, and that's why I think they lose that game. I think Cook fumbles once. And I think maybe Madison fumbles once, and then you get even a Cousins fumble. You make it 3 fumbles. This Belichick he's like a Bears defensive coach in that way. They just go for the ball. It's like Peanut Tillman, man, just punching that ball out. Like I feel like Belichick started that trend with, and it's annoying. And by the way, I need the Vikings to lose the rest of the way out so the Lions can win.
That's true.
I hate them, but I still think that the Vikings are a better team than the Patriots. I just think the Patriots are going to find a way.
That's a good wrap up for football. Let's talk about your business, John. I know you're big into streaming, and we want to know how'd you get into streaming and creating your platform, man? Because it's a good. We're out here seeing you play these games, man, and it's definitely a good vibe, man. How'd you get into that?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Long story short, I tried streaming Madden,
Nice.
Man, I'm 35 now. Been streaming 5 years, so maybe like 8 years ago. I tried streaming Madden. My brother Tyler is Ninja. He's the biggest streamer in the world. He wasn't the biggest streamer in the world 8 years ago, but he was very good at it. He was making a living, and so I kind of saw what he was doing. I was like, you know what? I think I might be decent at that too. I'll just throw Madden up. So I play Madden. And I got I had a couple thousand followers on Twitter. I did 15 years of parish ministry and the Catholic Church and traveled the world speaking. Nice, so I had a little decent social media following. So I was I'll just tweet it out that I'm live and 100 people will show up and I'll play video games. It'll be fun. So 2 people showed up and I was playing Madden and I tried to read the chat. And when I did that, I kept being horrible at the game. And when I focused on the game, the 2 people in chat were like, "Why aren't you talking?" And it was just and it was horrible. It was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, "This is not for me. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm good at and work in the church and speak in public and yada yada." Mm-hmm. So then Fortnite comes out, and I kind of actually I'm married with 3 kids. I grew up on video games. I'm the oldest of 3, so I got to play less than my brothers got to play. They played way more than me. Mm-hmm. And so I got to this point in my life where I was like, man, I just got married. We had a kid. I got my master's degree. I'm busy. I'm not going to game anymore. And so I probably went a year without playing games. And then Fortnite came on, the whole world started playing it. And my brother made a switch to play it, which was a big deal for him in his career. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to it's free. I've never heard of a free game. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my kid's asleep. And I download this free game and I'm up till 3-4 in the morning playing this game. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I was having so much fun.
Wow.
And my best friend who moved across the country, him and I were playing together and we're talking again and we're reconnecting. And I was like, this is the best. And and then smartphones kind of became more powerful. I'm watching my brother play while I'm playing. And I was like, this is great. Long story short, Tyler ends up streaming with Drake. And that night, which was crazy. By the way, I was hanging out with Tyler having a beer when Drake slid into his Instagram DMs.
Oh, wow.
And Drake was just like, you want to play Fortnite? And I was like, and Ty shows me, he's like, it's Drake. And I was like, oh, shot. And bro, I'm old. So I was like, the guy from Degrassi. And he's like, he's more than that now. So I was like, that's crazy, dude. What? That was the moment that I kind of knew he made it. Even before he played with Drake, even if he never played with him, that moment I was like, dang, my bro is going places with this thing. So awesome, so a couple weeks later, he plays with Drake, it blows up. I'm watching him and playing, and then I hang out with him and his wife. I think, they weren't married yet. He was dating Jess. I hung out with him and Jess, and they were just like, hey, man, you would be good at this. Just try it. You're up already playing games. turn it on, see what happens. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do my thing and turn a camera on and go live. And it went really well. And I've been doing it part-time for like 4.5 years while I worked in the church. And then this past year I started a Little Flower Media and went full time with it. And it's been really good. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome,
Nice,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a viewer, man, and I appreciate. I love the content, and I'll be one of the first to really say that I'll sit through you. My Manny here who watches your brother like crazy, but I'll sit through you versus what? No offense to your brother Tyler, I'll sit through and watch you over Tyler, and it's really and it's not because of like Tyler just has a really big following. I think the really big thing that I enjoy with you, and I appreciate, is you do answer as many people as you can, and you do your best to remember people and do your best to trying to remember. It's hard, bro, because you're trying to remember that their name that pops up on Twitch, then them telling you the personal name and doing your best to kind of correlate. It's a lot, man. And having family and having kids and trying to do your ministry work where you're going out, Wisconsin, that's a lot, man. And you still, at the end of the day, give it your all when you're on stream with us. So like I said, I appreciate, just letting you know, as a person that watches you, man, we do appreciate the time, and we do appreciate everything you do, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. And for real, that means a lot. I'm sitting here. I'm going to keep talking so I don't tear up after you gave me that nice affirmation. But we're different people, Ty and I. He is one of the best video gamers of all time. Of all time. No, I'm pretty sure he's won. I'm pretty sure he won the first Fortnite, one of the first Call of Duties, the first H1, the first PUBG. Like, the dude's won like 4 or 5 of the first big tournaments ever.
Yeah,
that's not me. I'm not that guy at all. And so and he's entertaining, wildly entertaining.
Love watching that.
And I'm not saying he doesn't love his community, because he loves his community, and he knows that if it wasn't for them, he wouldn't get there. But it's different because my focus is first community, because I know I'm not that. I'm not. No one's turning on my channel to watch the best gameplay ever, unless it's heels only, and then it is.
But
they're turning it because I'm going to talk to him. So even if I do get to 20, 30, 40K, Tyler has this pressure. He's got to make plays, clips. He's got to do those things, because that's who he is. And I don't have to do that. I just get to hang out and talk. And he even said as much when we hung out recently in Vegas. He was just like, dude, you're a slow grind, a slow burn. You're going to grow that community, and it's all about the community. And he goes, nobody's watching you for your gameplay. And I was like, that's offensive. Okay. Sometimes my snipes are kind of out of this world. I'm playing the same lobbies he's playing. I get in the same games he gets in,
Yes. Yeah.
But we're different, and that's okay.
And I mean, another thing too is I think you guys do really well together because of that. Because you are the guy, you take the pressure off of him. I think when you guys stream together, I think he opens up more, and he's able to understand that he's playing with his brother. It's about the enjoyment versus trying to be the guy that gets all the kills and trying to be you guys are messing with each other. You guys are giving that brotherly love, that tough love you guys give each other, but he's able to enjoy it. Maybe, I don't know, that's something from the outside looking in, I can see that. And it's awesome.
You're spot on. You're spot on, Brandon. Just this past week, man, we're playing, and he's screaming at me, and I'm just like, man, I'm just chilling, dude. I'm having fun. And if I didn't say that, if I didn't laugh at his yelling, he might have quit an hour earlier. He still rage quit on me. And it wasn't on me. It was because it wasn't me. It was he gets stream sniped by 30 people a game. It's annoying. But it wasn't because of me. Because we got past that, because I was able to just roll with it, laugh, and it's about hanging out and talking to the chat and having fun and being with community.
I do have a question for you, John. I did hear you mention Little Flower Media. Do you think you could just give us kind of a little bit of a background, kind of how that idea stemmed, and what made you decide to kind of create your own media business and kind of dive into that?
Yeah, Manny. So thank you. Great question. I was, I did this for 4.5 years. I was streaming 4.5 years, and I'd love to have gone full time, but I'm married with 3 kids. I have a nice house. I live in an area that isn't cheap. And so I wasn't able to just leave my really good church job, which is non-existent to begin with in the Catholic world, right? As a person, I'm not a priest, and priests don't get paid a lot either, but at least they don't have to pay for their house and stuff. I was among the top paid, Catholic parish employees in the world. And that's not a lot, by the way. And so I wasn't going to just quit and take a risk. I had good health insurance. I had 3 months paid maternity and paternity leave. And so I wasn't going to just quit everything and try to stream, because I think a lot of people misunderstand or misguess what streamers make. You have to have between like 3 and 10,000 average viewers, which means you're getting 100K plus unique viewers a day to get, honestly, to even get 100K a year on Twitch. So you're not like, you see people with like, oh, this guy's got like 800 viewers all the time, he must be rich. Like, nah, he's only rich if he's smart with his, business deals, with sponsorships and stuff. So it wasn't an easy jump to make, right? So I meet this guy, long story short, good friend of mine, one of my best friends, his name's Matt Marcolini. And he knows a lot of investors and businessmen, and he's a businessman of his own, kind of a serial entrepreneur. And he goes, hey man, you're like one of the best streamers I've ever seen. You should be doing this full time. And I was like, I can't take the risk. I got a wife and kids. And he's like, I'll find an investor and let's make it a business. And then we started talking about it, and we're like, man, how many other streamers out there have made it a business? I don't know of any. And I'm not saying there isn't any, but like my brother did it, and it has a business now, but it was never that to start. Tim the Tatman, not to start. Dr. Lupo, not to start. The biggest ones of all time, XQC, not to start. And so we're like, let's do this the opposite way. We'll start a business. We'll put funds into it, get an investor, and try to like grow this thing organically, but also like have a business model instead of it just being like an influencer who makes it. And I think the difference between that, try to think of it in a modern sports world. I'm going to go soccer in the UK. I think the difference in that is like with normal streamers who are just by themselves in their basement, that's like your Michael Jordan, your LeBron James. That's your Ronaldo. I know that's not soccer, but that's your Ronaldo. and then like you're starting it from a business. That's like the UK having tons of like middle schools and high schools where kids can go to play soccer.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. They don't have that in America. Like you go to school and then you can play your sport. In England, they have like soccer high schools.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of thought the business model was with us, was like, we're going to do it differently. And there's been pluses and minuses with that. But that's how it became like a business. And we called it Little Flower Media. Again, long story short, because it's named Little Flower is the nickname of Saint Therese of Lisieux, who's one of my favorite humans that's ever existed in the world. Wow. And her nickname was Little Flower because she was just basically saying that all we have to be in this whole world is a little flower and it could change someone's life. So again, I'm just oversimplifying. Wow. And yeah, that's kind of what we did. And again, I don't want to be streaming in 20 years. I want to stream this stuff with you guys in 20 years.
Right.
Talking sports. I don't want to be playing games for 30 plus hours a week in 20 years or 5 years even. So that we started a business so that we could find ways, where we're building other people up. And my goal, fellas, is that in 5 years, nobody knows who Bearded Blevins is, and everybody knows what Little Flower Media is. That's my goal in 5 years.
Wow.
All right,
So bad.
awesome.
Powerful.
That's
Yeah, I
beautiful.
mean, and that'll be the goal, man. Because obviously, like you said, we're the same thing, man. We're trying to grow, and this is Romeo's dream. From the beginning was getting thing going, and we're like, that's the same thing. We want to be serious about this too. So we thought, versus just putting out content and talking about sports, let's make it a business, or let's go the business route of it, and let's grow it as that. And exactly, like once we get to that point, that fan spectrum could be, there's so many things that people are fans of. We can grow this into other things, man.
We
so
definitely
smart.
Yeah, we definitely want to be communal with it too. We want to definitely give back to the community. Maybe have like a little flag football tournament here or there. Turkey bowl per se. I mean, granted, we couldn't do it this year, but definitely in the future, that's kind of a thing we want to do. Give out some scholarships for athletes that need the help, stuff like that, man. We want to be communal and give, because that's what brings everybody together, is sports in general. So that's kind of our vibe here is, hey, I want to hear your story, why you like this team, or, what's the great experience you had with, a brother or a parent just watching the game. Because that's the things that, at the end of the day, we always look back at. So, yeah. That's why we call ourselves a fan spectrum, man. It's all over the country, all over the world. It's sports brings us together, man.
Yes,
I love that. Love that.
Thank you.
So we do have, here we got a good question here. Because you did say Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday. So what food are you most excited to eat on Thanksgiving, man? What's the one thing?
That's a tough one.
So I don't know if you set me up for this, Brandon. Like, have you seen my TikTok? Were you in that stream when I talked about how I think turkey is just an abomination?
I think I was, yeah.
Like turkey,
It's
Thanksgiving,
overrated.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, arguably, are the two most important food holidays of the year. Maybe July 4th, but like we're eating burgers and brats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough to mess. It's tough to mess with. You can overboil a brat, grill it, and it's still delicious.
Still eat that shit.
But like, so Christmas, Thanksgiving, we're gonna eat turkey. It's not even a top 10 meat.
Yeah,
It's not top 10.
You're talking about
True.
steaks,
I
about
understand.
chicken.
Right.
Any form of steak,
steak. You remember,
ribs,
I remember
any part of the pig.
Yes.
Like it's all better.
Yeah.
So why are we gonna pretend like turkey's good? It's hard to cook. It's not fun.
It's just
So
dry.
turkey's not my answer. And I do understand. I'm a chef, fellas. I love cooking.
Ah, okay.
I love cooking.
All right.
But like, and so I can make a good turkey. But why? Why do that when you can make a good chicken or a good steak? So it's hard for me to answer that question because then all of a sudden I'm left with sides. My parents are hosting Thanksgiving this year. They're not doing prime rib, unfortunately. That's what I would. What I would most look forward to. So I'm gonna be selfish and say that I'm making a really, really dope butternut squash soup.
Oh.
And I'm gonna drizzle a little heavy cream with a little butter on top. And a fresh sourdough. And that's gonna be
You make do you make the bread at home? Have you ever?
I'm making it at home.
Oh wow.
Because
I know it's super easy to make. People try to overcomplicate sourdough bread.
Yeah,
I mean you can overdo it, but I know like a good sourdough like tops it all, and I really wanted to make it myself.
Yeah, that with a little butternut squash soup. That's what I'm looking forward to most. I hope my parents don't see this clip.
We'll send you the clips before.
We'll send you that over before we get anything going. Man, soups are very overlooked too. It's the best time of the year to get
chili,
soup,
man.
I love
I'm a
chili
guy.
Stews, gumbo, all that good stuff. Yeah, man.
Just listen, the soup is one of the best food groups,
It
bro.
really is, dude.
Delicious.
Super underrated. Super underrated in my opinion.
Hey, super underrated.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. All right, man. I just wanted to end it off real quick with more sports. It's just a little game we do. We call it this or that per se. What I would do is I bring up a player, and I would name another player, and you would see, okay, who would I pick between the two? Since you're a big Lions fan, we thought we'd bring up Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm going to list a bunch of receivers, and I want to see how committed you are to him, or if you would pick to another player per se.
All right, hold on. Are these receivers that are currently in the NFL?
Currently,
Yes,
yeah.
current
I would
NFL.
never pick like a Jerry Rice or none. Just current as of today. I'll start with you though first. All right.
I'm ready.
All right, John. Let's see. Let's start off with Davante Adams.
Davante Adams.
Okay. B.
Yeah, Adams.
Manny.
Yeah, I gotta go with Davante.
Aaron.
Ain't no question.
I mean, that's a big
easy. You didn't have to say all that.
hey, after all the jabs today at the Jets, I think he's got one.
I wasn't even trying, dude. The Jets are just the Jets, bro.
That's
Jets.
That's fair enough. How about let's stick with the Jets. How about Garrett Wilson?
St. Brown, it's not close.
St. Brown.
Yeah,
Okay.
St. Brown.
Garrett Wilson, baby. Come on.
You're not serious.
Come on,
bro.
You're not serious.
Come on, come on.
I told you he's gonna do this to you.
I'd rather have DJ Shark.
If you go
Shark.
if you go with what they're doing right now, of course, Amon St. Brown. But if you look at, if I'm saying like who I'm going with going forward, I'm going with Garrett Wilson, man. There's so much talent there.
Well, where you going? I'm on St. Brown's not 90, bro. He's like he's in his second year. He's in his second year.
It's fair enough.
Yeah, no, St. Brown is
definitely
nice
overall.
right now. He's nice. He's super nice right now, and he's at the beginning of his career. Like he's just gonna get better. So yeah, I'm taking St. Brown there.
All right. How about CD Lamb?
St. Brown, and it's not close.
Yeah,
I take St. Brown.
Ooh.
St.
You
Brown.
take
no-
St. Brown. You know what? In reality, you got to go with St. Brown because CD hasn't really had
He's
really
St.
good.
Brown's a quiet beast to me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with St. Brown for sure.
Look, can I ask you guys a question? I want to go off script real quick.
No,
Is that okay? Is that
What's up?
okay?
Yeah.
That's
Go
cool.
for
What's
it.
up?
Let's go.
Okay. I think I'm probably in the minority with this question, like my answer to this, but I think that Goff is just a little better than Dak. I really do. But I'm okay with people saying Dak's better. Who do you guys think is better, Dak or Goff?
I
would have to say
I'll take Dak. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I'll take Dak.
If it's a healthy, in reality, this question is being asked because we're talking about a healthy Dak. I would still go with Goff.
Wow.
I think because you brought that up, I say the best skill is being available. That's why I say Jared Goff. In my books.
I think that's hard. It's like when you see Goff at his best, he was really good. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you see both of them at their worst. I don't know. I
just think that
I don't know. Even
Golf under pressure
Dak
is the problem with me. That's what it is. Under pressure, Golf.
He doesn't step up. He doesn't step up in the pocket though, bro. Yeah. Goff needs to. The reason I asked that though is like CeeDee Lamb should be a top 5 receiver.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And he's not because Dak just isn't it. And St. Brown, if he wasn't hurt this year, is a top 5 receiver in my opinion. And with Goff. So that's why I'm taking him over CD.
I think what I like about Goff is he just slings it. Like he's just slinging it. I think the confidence behind I don't care. The biggest problem was his accuracy and not, being I don't think he cares. I just think he's just at this he understands this is like being with Detroit. This is a big him idea of keeping his job. Let's be honest, he'll be is he going to be out the league after Detroit? No, there'd be a team that'll probably look at him. But if you want a team like Detroit, of that, he's bought in. He definitely looks like he's bought in, and he wants to be there. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's got to prove it, and proving it is slinging it and being confident that your number one is going to go out there and get it. So,
but he has to play well. He's getting big. He's still getting that Rams.
He's still getting, he's getting big.
And not to say that he gave Cooper Kupp his name, but the connection between Goff and Kupp, it was really well. So to see and hopefully see that with St. Brown, I mean that's why that's why I would choose them both.
I think Stafford gave Cooper Kupp his name personally because
Stafford and Kupp honestly better than Stafford and Megatron.
Stafford and Kupp.
I think because
no disrespect to Calvin.
Really?
Top 5 player for me ever and unreal. Yeah, Kupp and Stafford. At least Stafford did better when Calvin retired. Do you guys know that? His numbers in Detroit were better. Right. Because he was forcing it to him. And that's part of that is also just the whole team. But him and Kupp, bro, that was last year and this year before he got hurt, even though they sucked, their connection's nutty.
Yeah.
He's
a lot better.
He's the only receiver on the Rams right now. And Stafford's still slinging it to him, and he's catching the ball. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I'm sorry. We digressed a little bit. I'm ready for
this is the whole point. This is the whole point.
Let's keep the boat going.
I'm saying, can you blame Stafford not throwing the Calvin?
Megatron?
He was Megatron. He was catching balls over 3 guys. I
think the biggest difference though then was but Matt Stafford was a lot younger. So a lot of his offense was going through whatever Caldwell or whatever who was running the offense there was telling him to go. I'm pretty sure they were telling him, "Hey, throw to Megatron. The dude's as big as a garage.
Dude, it's 6'7".
Like that was a garage.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The connection between the two was amazing, and obviously they did way more than Kupp and him will ever do. But the connection with him and Kupp is a little different. I feel because at least when Stafford had Megatron, he had other options.
Yeah.
Right. Last year they had OBJ. Right. That's fine. One of their best receivers got hurt and he was gone. I'm forgetting his name right now.
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods, and he's not on the team anymore. So, but Kupp was just how is that guy getting open? He's the only guy you have to cover. And he's somehow Stafford's hitting him all the time. It's crazy.
They put him wherever in that, whether it's slot, outside, the dude's always open.
Yeah. So Calvin, Stafford's chucking it up to him and he's making great catches. Fine, amazing. But Kupp's open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm not,
Wide
again,
open, right?
Calvin's way better than Cup. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the connections. The connections.
But I
for
get
sure.
the arguments there because I mean, Cub doesn't have the gifts that Megatron had, which was height and just I can just jump up and get it.
Just
Like Cub
Literally.
has to.
Literally
Cub's
just-
footwork is
just
disgusting though. Like Cub's
every
footwork,
time.
and that's literally what helps him get open. But that is the difference.
Yep.
Or that's what makes him and Stafford work nice because Stafford's IQ is just really his money. He's aged like fine wine. I will say
No
that.
doubt. Let's keep it going though. So we still got Monroe St. Brown on the podium. Let's put up DJ Moore.
ooh,
That is a good one.
that's a good one. Give me St. Brown. Give me St. Brown.
All
I think
day.
for longevity, like you
Yep.
know, like growth, I'm taking St. Brown.
Man, I could DJ. I don't know. Yeah, DJ Moore. I'm sorry, man. Even with a healthy, even with a healthy St. Brown, I don't know. I just think DJ Moore is he's just it in a sense. Like as far as a comparison in between the two, he's just like the go-to guy for.
Okay. Do you double A? I don't think I heard you, man. Would you go with? St.
No,
Brown?
it's close. I think DJ Moore is it's overrated, to be honest. I don't think he's really people say he is, but St. Brown is clearly the all-around like better receiver, I think.
All
Yeah,
right.
I've been disappointed in DJ Moore for like 3 straight years. So.
Yeah. I think I had him on my fantasy team.
It's like
That's what I'm saying,
every
everybody's
4
fantasy.
weeks, Buddy pops off for 30 fantasy points, and otherwise he's just
And then
nowhere
goes
to be
into hiding.
seen.
Goes into
It's
hiding.
like, what happens in between that, buddy? You like you don't eat your Snickers bars, like
I think it's
For
the
real.
complaint. I think it's the complaint of him not having a QB, but I don't think it doesn't matter. I think anywhere he go, he'd be just as quiet. Either
Yeah.
St. Brown's not had a QB either.
That's
Yep, and
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
No, I feel bad about saying that. I love Jared. Jared Goff, I love you. I love you, Jared. It can only be Jared.
All right. What about Terry McLaurin?
I'm taking Scary Terry.
McLaurin.
Terry.
Gary
Terry.
McLaurin. But hey,
Yeah, you got
honestly,
to.
they're kind
That's
of
close, though.
similar.
They are
They're kind of
similar.
similar.
They are similar.
I think I've seen
Yeah.
McLaurin make crazier catches. I think St. Brown does more with the ball in his hands. But give me
Okay.
McLaurin.
I
All
think that's probably because expectations where they were in the draft, or like nobody's really seeing McLaurin come into the league and be what he is now. And I think that's probably
Yeah.
what it is. They probably the Detroit saw more coming out of Brown, maybe the league did. So that's probably why you look at Scary Terry and be like, oh, he's doing more because nobody expected that. So that's what I'll go that route.
All right.
I mean, I think St. Brown, due to they both had pretty tough quarterback play, but I feel like St. Brown has done more than what Terry has done with poor quarterback play. So I'm taking St. Brown.
All right.
Ooh, my man, I like that.
I recovered there.
Let's do a couple more. How about DK Metcalf?
Bro, you're picking the best people.
I know.
DK was like mini Calvin for a little while,
Yeah.
and now
With
he's like
Russ, yeah.
not.
Mm-hmm.
But also against the Lions, he was here.
It's another poor quarterback.
If you're bro, I'm a pull. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a tie. I am.
Okay,
because they're totally different.
Mm-hmm.
DK is Calvin and Amon-Ra St. Brown's Cooper Cup. Like they're just totally different receivers. So I'm gonna go tie. If you want somebody to catch the ball in the back of the end zone with 3 seconds left, give me DK every time. And if you want somebody to on a wide receiver screen to score on a 90-yard touchdown, give me Amon-Ra. So I'm gonna go tie.
Okay, tie.
What about you, B? Who are you going with?
I'm not gonna go the tie route. I think John took that easy.
I'm not trying to.
He took the high road. He took the high road. I'm gonna go.
There's ties in football. It's okay.
I go based off. I like going based off what my team, right? I like going like Bears. What would the Bears need if they had to pick between DK and Amon-Ra and let's say the core they have now? I would take St. Brown, and the reason why is because St. Brown, you can put him in exactly the Cooper Cup question. You can put him in slot. You can put him outside. He's getting open. And I think that's what, at this point of the game, especially not a lot of DBs are developed. A lot of these corners and safeties coming out of college really are not good with coverages. They're still learning. Dude, these guys can exploit a defense easy. So that's the reason why I take St. Brown. I'll take St. Brown.
I'm honored. This is amazing.
What about you, Double A?
Man, that is really tough, man. I'm trying to see what do I like home run hitters or do I like red zone, like DK's like that red zone type of guy. I think I'm going with St. Brown because I like home run hitters. Like, he could take one catch. Not to say DK can't do that, but I think it's more likely with St. Brown that you're gonna get a home run play than DK. DK will make you make spectacular catches. Like he'll catch a ball over two guys, or he'll be a red zone target. But if I want a quick, bam, 7 points, 6 points, I'm going to St. Brown. So I think I'll go with St. Brown here.
Hey, how about you, Manny?
I gotta go with DK, man. If you are a wide receiver and can injure DBs while they try to hit you, you are the guy, man. You are that guy. And if you can chase down,
right.
That
chase down was so good, dude.
Coming like 7 yards behind, dude. It's
fellas. I was getting paid $100 an hour to call that game. That was the craziest call of my life.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. I gotta go with DK, man.
All right, cool. And I think I'll finish it. Off with this one. Juju. How you guys feeling about Juju?
I'm on St. Brown. It's not close.
I made that one super easily.
He said,
fine. I'll do a challenging one.
I'll
do a challenging one.
He got bad juju.
It's just tough because I want to make it close. He got bad juju.
Yo, I smoked his ass in Family Feud. So.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. That is right.
That's so cool.
That's right. I'm trying to think. I want to say Jalen Waddle, but I feel like I don't know, because I don't want to do a slot against a number one, So I'm trying to think of
Deontay Johnson.
I was gonna say Steelers, like Deontay Johnson, yeah. How about Deontay Johnson? That's a good one.
I'm gonna go St. Brown and just call stats.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Pull him up, baby. Give him the ball. He does better than Deontay.
With bad quarterback play, like Deontay Johnson's kind of like fading right now. I don't know what's going on over there, but
I think anything in Pittsburgh right now is dying. Pittsburgh is just like a little.
You got Mitch Trubisky.
It's Trubisky
and what is it? Tyler Pickett a lot.
Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pick Six.
Yeah, Kenny Pick Six over there.
Mitch Trubisky.
There you go.
They just got the picks guys over there.
All right, man. That was definitely fun. Is there anything you want to end off with, John, before we head out? Anything you like to promote or any future events you got going?
Nah, fellas, listen. This was a lot of fun. I love sports stuff. I get invited. I get invited to a lot of podcasts, not a lot of sports ones. So this was a lot of fun for me. Thanks for having me. I want to do one thing if I can.
Of course, man.
Sure.
Right,
let's just go. This is no self-promotion at all. Let's just go through. I want you guys to give me your opinion on every Lions game the rest of the way. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's assume everybody's
get it.
So we're gonna go around. All right. So on my screen, I got Romeo, Manny, Brandon, and Double A. Right?
Right.
Yeah, Double A. Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I've got. So we're just going order that way. I want you to tell me who wins straight up between the Lions and the team. No spread. Nothing. Rest of the way. Okay.
That's fine.
That works.
All right. Ready?
I'm down. Let's do it.
Lions at Giants.
Ooh.
Romeo.
Lions Giants. I'll say the Lions. I'll say
Manny?
the Lions.
I got Lions.
Brandon.
I mean, it comes down to Saquon, right? Is Saquon gonna have a big game or not?
Came down to Justin Fields, didn't it? And Lions still won.
Hey, man. Not because you said that. You brought up Jay Fields and the Bears losing. I'm going I think Lions. Yeah, I think that's definitely a win for the Lions.
All right, Double A.
Nah, come on, guy. I'm going G-Man.
How you gonna be a Jets fan? Go for
All
the
right.
Giants,
Can
bro.
you guys kick him out and we'll just keep doing this?
That's fine.
All right. No. All right. Ready? All right. Bills at Lions Thanksgiving. Romeo.
Oh,
That's Bills.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Bills, man. I think
I'm going Lions both games.
that's fair.
Yeah, I got the Bills.
Manny Bills. Brandon.
Bills.
Double A.
I'm going with the Lions, baby.
Okay.
What?
I'm going with the. It's going.
Oh, he's a Jets fan. He's a Jets
He'll
fan.
keep.
So
He'll keep. He'll keep you
Yeah,
on your
I
Love
toes.
him. Love him. All right. Jaguars. Jaguars at Detroit. Romeo.
I'm gonna go Lions on that one. I think Lions can definitely beat the Jaguars.
Manny.
Lions.
Yeah,
Brandon.
Lions. I think Lions could be
Double A.
for sure.
Lions for sure. Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Vikings at Lions. Keep in mind, Lions' biggest choke of the year.
Yeah.
Up double scores with 3 minutes left, combined with some ref stuff. In Detroit this time, Romeo.
Ooh. It's in Detroit. Yeah, I'll go with Lions. I can see the Lions being Detroit.
Manny.
I definitely see that.
Vikings.
Okay.
I'm going
Brandon?
Vikings.
Double
I'm
A.
going Minnesota, baby.
All right. Lions at Jets. Double A. You don't get to talk this time. I know what you're picking, buddy. All right. Lions at Jets. Romeo.
Oh man, that Jets defense, man. I'm gonna go with Jets on that one.
Really?
I think that defense is nice.
All right, Manny.
Lions.
My man. Brandon.
What?
Yeah, that's a tough game.
That is a tough game.
It's a big game too, right before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a tough game, man. I'm gonna go Lions. Yeah, I'll take Lions too.
My man. Double A.
You know I'm going with my New York Jets.
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 All right. Lions at Panthers. Romeo.
Ooh, Lions. Yeah.
Manny.
Lions.
Brandon.
Panthers.
What?
I got Panthers. I got
What?
Walker. I got Walker. doing some
Come on,
work.
you got
I think
the
it is.
XFL quarterback's gonna show up.
You don't believe that.
Hey, Walker's
Double
nice
A.
with
Double
it.
A.
Don't disrespect Walker, man.
Definitely the Lions. The Lions is gonna. They're gonna win this game.
All right, we got two more fellas, and right now, almost all of you have us in a playoff game. These
Ooh.
next two games are huge.
I like it.
Romeo, Bears at Lions, January 1st.
I mean, I'm a Bears fan, dog. So
At Detroit.
That's fair. I think I'm still gonna go Bears, man. I can't, bro.
Okay. All
I'm a Bears
right.
fan,
Manny?
yeah.
Bear down, man. Gotta go with the
What?
Bears.
Brandon.
I think because of how this last game turned out, just because of this last game, in reality, how Detroit, clutched up at the end, I think Bears are going to go into Detroit just as hungry. So I'm taking Bears.
Wow. Double A.
I'm taking Lions, baby.
Oh.
That's now he's my new favorite. All right. So now, again, everyone has us within a game almost. Last game of the season.
Okay.
Let's assume the Packers are out of it. Let's not. Do whatever you want. Lions at Packers, January 8th. Romeo.
Is this in Detroit or Green Bay?
In Green Bay.
It's in Lambeau, dude.
This is tough.
Aaron Rodgers sucks in January in
Oh, he
Lambeau
does,
lately.
He does. It's gonna be a cold game.
He might not play.
Yeah.
Jordan Love might play.
I'm gonna go with Lions, man. I think I think they could definitely get that dub.
Manny?
The Lions.
Brandon.
I think if this is just as big as a game for Green Bay as it is for the Lions, I take Green Bay.
Okay, I respect you. You're banned from my Twitch channel. And Double A.
This is tough, man. Like this could be for the last wild card spot.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm gonna stand by what I say. I think the Packers they're done. I'm thinking the Lions are gonna make it.
My man. Y'all just basically admitted that the Lions are a playoff contender, and my night has been made. Thank you. Thanks for playing.
Of course, man. That was awesome, man. Hey, go Lions. Hey, if anybody else in the NFC North that was to go for, I would definitely go for the Lions.
Yeah, we cheer.
They got my heart.
On the real.
We're hurting together. We're hurting together.
Appreciate that. Hashtag we own the Bears.
No doubt.
We'll see that. We'll see that come later. We'll see that in Detroit.
We'll see them. Yeah.
Circle New Year's Day. Circle New Year's Day.
Can't wait.
That's it. That's gonna be a great game.
Is that the Bart Scott reference? What was
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right, man, John, that was excellent, man. We had a great time, man. We'd love to have you back on again, maybe even during that game. That'd be crazy if it
That'd
came
be
down
fun.
to that.
Hey, you guys this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you.
I'm glad you had a good time, John.
We're definitely trying to get some live shows going, so maybe we
Yeah.
could run that game live if you have time. We can do
John.
Yeah, that'd be
Bears
fun.
Lions
That'd be
live.
fun.
Yeah, we're working on that live stream going. We're definitely getting into that. Make sure you guys check us out on the Fan Spectrum, all social media. We got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all
You
that
name it.
stuff. We're even on Apple Podcasts along with Spotify. And definitely let us know your picks for Thanksgiving. Check out John's. It's the Bearded Blevins. Make sure you check him out. All gamer tags. It was a pleasure having
And
you
Little
on.
Flower Media. Little Flower
Flower
Media.
Media.
Little Flower Media.
Yep. Definitely check them out.
Thanks,
and,
guys.
Yeah,
No
this is the Fan Spectrum. Guys, take care.
Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble,
Happy
gobble.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.